Good morning, students. Today we continue our lecture on study of gas law. This lecture is presented by me, Vanit Ghatak, your chemistry teacher. So let's begin. Today's topic is Boyle's law. We're gonna discuss the Boyle's law in this lecture. So let's begin. Okay, so the statement of the Boyle's law says at constant temperature, the volume of a given mass of a gas is inversely proportional to the pressure applied to it. I repeat myself. At constant temperature, the volume of a given mass of gas is inversely proportional to the pressure applied to it. Okay, so let just justify this. Okay, suppose, okay, zoom into it. Okay, suppose this is a gas jar, this is a gas container, and here this is the particles of gas. Okay, so we can do one thing, we can change the color of the gas container as well as suppose, yes, these are the particles of gas. Okay, the volume here is V. The volume of the gas container is V. As we all know that gas occupy the volume of a container, so the volume of the gas will also be V. Okay, so volume will be V. The temperature is T. At constant temperature, the temperature will be constant, and the temperature is T. Suppose the temperature is T, but it is constant. Okay, and pressure applied to it, the pressure applying to it is P. Okay, so the pressure is P. So at constant temperature, at constant temperature T, the volume of the gas in this container is V. Okay, so this volume of this gas is inversely proportional to P, that is the pressure applied to it. Okay, so at constant temperature we can easily say, for instance, we can easily say at constant temperature T, the volume of the any gas at a particular given mass will be inversely proportional to the pressure applied to it. So we can say volume, this V, is inversely proportional to P at constant temperature. Okay, so at constant temperature, the volume of a given mass of a gas is inversely proportional to the pressure. Okay, so here pressure is P. Suppose the pressure is P, pressure is being applied to it, and the volume is V. So the equation becomes V is inversely proportional to P. Okay, if we remove this proportionality figure, then we need a proportionality constant. So there will be V is equal to K by P. So K will be the proportionality constant. Okay. So according to Boyle's law, at constant temperature, the volume of a given mass of gas is inversely proportional to the pressure, that is P, applied to it. Okay, so at that point of temperature will be constant. At that point the temperature will be constant. Okay, so we can easily say V is inversely proportional to P, that is why we can write V is inversely proportional to I by 1 by P, that is V is proportional to 1 by P, and while removing the proportionality we should add a proportionality constant, so V is equal to K by P. Okay, so whenever we derive the Boyle's law formula, the mathematical expression of Boyle's law, we will get this kind of a figure or this kind of a formula where P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. That means P1 is the initial pressure, V1 is the initial volume, P2 is the final pressure, and V2 is the final volume. Okay, so here the final equation becomes P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. This is the mathematical expression of Boyle's law. So by this law, we can easily find out any of this term. If rest all these three terms, we have the values of rest of the three terms, then we can easily calculate the fourth. Okay, so in that way we can easily calculate the fourth one if we know the 3 or 4 values. Okay, suppose if we know p1, v1 and p2, so we can easily find out the v2, the value of v2. Okay, so this is the mathematical expression of Boyle's law. There is another expression of Boyle's law that states as, in the last slide I have been deriving you the formula, that is, suppose v is inversely proportional to v is inversely proportional to p, that means v is equal to k by p. So we can write this as pv equal to k. So k is, we know k is a constant, k is a proportionality constant, so pv is equal to constant, so we can write as pv is equal to constant. Okay, so this is another expression, mathematical expression of Boyle's law. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you have understood the concept and the statement of, as well as the mathematical expression of Boyle's law. If you get any kind of doubt, you can ask me by writing your doubt in the comment section below. Okay, so thank you very much.